Hey everybody, welcome back to the Race 5 Smokehouse and Grill. Today we are firing up the big guy. We're firing up the Weber Ranch Kettle because we have a bunch of pork butts that we need to cook, and we're getting it done on that Weber Ranch Kettle. Let's go. We're gonna jump right into it. I have 4 pork butts here. We've got this one weighing about 19.5 pounds and this one about 18.5 pounds. So that's about 38 pounds total. I need to get some stuff done today. That's why we're not using the stick burner. We're gonna use the Weber Ranch Kettle. This thing's almost set it and forget it if you set it up right. Let's get these opened up, seasoned, so we can get them on the grill. Okay, we got these open up. We're just gonna pat them dry a little bit, make these a little easier to handle, cleaned up a little bit. Now these are patted dry, ready to get seasoned. Now typically, I don't trim pork butts. There's really no need. That fat really renders down nice on pork butts. There's not a lot of super hard fat on it. It's just extra time and extra waste. We're leaving these, not trimming them whatsoever. All right, let's get these seasoned up. We're gonna start by seasoning the top of these because we're gonna cook these fat cap side up. So we wanna get the meat side seasoned first. Today I'm rolling with Pork Mafia Memphis Mud. This is my favorite for pork butts. So let's get these seasoned up. Give these a nice heavy coat. Big hunks of meat can really take it. Now we have the top side all rubbed up. Now it's just time to season all the other sides. These are all seasoned up, looking great. We're gonna let these sit here and rest up and start to tack up. Once they look a little bit wet, we know it's time to throw them onto the grill. So let's head over to that Weber Ranch Kettle, get her fired up so we can get these pork butts on. Now when I usually cook on Weber kettles, I use the slow and sear. They don't have a slow and sear for this big guy. So I kind of rigged it up by using 6 fire bricks. These bricks can take whatever amount of heat. They're made for fire. This helps keep them in line, helps simulate that slow and sear where all the heat's gonna stay behind here and cascade over the dome and get you some of that convection on this Weber kettle, even though this is a big Weber kettle. So we're gonna start by lighting up. We have a little Jealous Devil smoke bomb in there. We're gonna see how this works. Get this fire started up. Make sure there's enough coals around it. Once that fire starter's fully melted down and we have some nice red hot coals starting on the one side of the charcoal, we're gonna get this grate on and get these pork butts on for a nice long low and slow cook. I've cooked I don't know how many things on this thing. It is a tank, it's easy to control. All we're gonna do is that top vent. The bottom vents are all wide open and we're gonna control it with the top vent. We'll be back once it's time to get these pork butts on. Fire starter's been burning about 20 minutes. We have a nice fire catching up over here. We wanna get this grate on and this meat on as soon as possible so all those coals don't light up too quickly. We want a nice low and slow cook. So we don't want that fire getting out of control. Let's get this grate on and get the meat on the grill. Pork butts are looking really nice. Let's get them on. Quick readjust here. Boom. 4 pork butts, Weber kettle. Let's close her up. Now I'm only gonna keep this top vent about a quarter of the way open. Pork butt is on, fire started. Top of the dome, about a quarter of the way open. And we're just gonna let it run. I'm not gonna check on this for a couple hours, 2, 3, 4 hours at least. Just let this kettle do its thing. So we'll be back in a few hours when it's time to check, spritz, maybe rotate, see how we're doing. Be back in a little bit. We're about 4.5 hours in. I haven't done anything besides stick a couple of temp probes into the meat so I can gauge the temperature. Let's go take a look at these pork butts and see how they're doing. Maybe give them a rotate and a spritz. Let's go check them out. Oh yeah, these things are looking gorgeous. And you can see that we've got about half of our coals gone, so we could probably get another 4 hours out of this, but let's give this a rotate real quick, just so we could have some even cooking here. Gonna give them a quick spritz with water. Get this coals back up. These are looking great. You can see that fire is starting to kick up because we had that lid open for a little while. shut that back down. We have the vent closed a little bit more to try to control that heat a little bit better. These are looking great. Internal temperature is reading about 120. So we're gonna let this go another couple hours, and we're gonna wrap somewhere around 150, 160, depending on how these things are looking. So we'll be back in a few when it's time to wrap these up. We're about 7 hours total in. Let's go take a look at these pork butts, see if we need to add any more coals and get these wrapped up. Let's go take a look. Pork butts are looking great. Our coals have maybe about a third left in them. I'm gonna pull these off, wrap them up real quick, get them back on, and add some more coals so we can finish out this cook. These are reading about 150 degrees internal. Perfect time, perfect color. Let's get them wrapped up. I'm using 2 sheets of thick foil. Those are wrapped up. Let's go add some more coal to this, readjust those coals so we can finish this cook up. That should get us back through the rest of the cook. This does have a gap here where you can open it and add more this way, but it's not quite wide enough, so I just like moving it when I can. Back on, let's close her down. Going to open this up a little bit more to about halfway. And at this point, we're just gonna let her roll. We're right about 9 hours in total, and our alarms are going off that these have hit about 200 degrees internal. It's time to go check them for probe tenderness. Let's go check these out. Now for probe tenderness, you're just sticking it in there, and if it goes in like a hot knife through butter, you're all set. Oh yeah. And these are reading in the 205 range. These are coming off. We're gonna put them into our warming oven, set at about 150. We're gonna hold these for a few hours, let those juices redistribute, let that meat keep breaking down, get nice and tender, so when we pull them in a few hours, they're just gonna be fall apart, tender, and juicy. If you don't have a warming oven, now's the time. Go put it in a cooler, wrapped in towels, or put it in a warm oven in the house. You wanna get that temp down somewhere between 140 and 150. Keep it in the food safe zone, but also keep it hot so it's easy to pull apart. We'll be back when it's time to shred these after we let this rest a couple hours. And resting it's very important. You wanna make sure it's rest, more tender, more juicy, more flavor, let it rest. These pork butts have been rested for about 3 hours in the warming oven. They've come down to about 160. It's time to pull. We got some hungry people, so let's get these shredded and ready to go. Now this is very simple. I'm just gonna dump these out, rip them apart. I'll show you how. We're saving all that juice that's in here, going right into the pan. That's why we wanted to make sure we had these double wrapped up so we could save everything. We're getting ready to get in here, and these are looking and feeling beautiful. Bone. Clear as can be, right off the bone. Meat comes right off the bone, no issues at all. Now just start squishing, and look at how easy this falls apart. And all those juices are gonna sit in here. We mix this up, we're gonna add some more dry seasoning to this. And I'm gonna actually go get another pork butt and throw it in here. But we're gonna save some of that juice this time. We're not gonna put it in here because we have plenty, and this is nice and juicy and tender. But look at that. Look how perfect that is. We got enough room in here for at least one, if not both of those other ones, so we're gonna go get them. And we have this juice set aside if we need to. We could add it back in right over the top. But I'm telling you right now, we're not going to need to. Now what we're gonna do to take this to the next level is we're gonna season the inside. We spent all that time on the bark, seasoning it up, getting that smoke flavor. Now we're gonna get some more flavor inside. And we're just gonna hit this with our rub again and mix all this through. Okay, we've got this all mixed up, seasoned up. We gotta take a little pinch, see if it needs a little bit more or if we're good. And I think we're good. Money spot on. Nice salty barbecue flavor. You get the smoke. Everything works together here. And that's how you cook pork butts on the Weber Ranch Kettle. Super easy, taste amazing. And it's almost set it, forget it. We only had to add a little bit of coals once, which we may not really have had to if I would have just trusted it and let it run out. If you like what we did here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, check me out on social media, and we'll be talking to you all soon. Thanks again, everybody, for checking out the video. Take care, everybody. Peace.